Hi, Bestie. It's been a minute, so I just want to get right into closing out my monthly budget for October and then do my November budget. But first, I did create some freebie challenges that's in my Ko-Fi shop, and it's the Bingo monthly challenge here. But this time, I did something different. I did end up adding additional. I added a roll and save challenge, so I'll have the Ko-Fi information in the description if you're interested in that. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna look at my fixed expenses and my variable expenses here. And then let's see what we're gonna do. My income. Okay, so let's see, guys. Let's get into this. I'm trying to see what I'm gonna look at first. I did end up making more than what I had planned on making. That was a plus, but isn't enough. So let's get into adding up. Let's see. My fixed expenses to see how much that comes up to. So for week one, $192.36 for my first fixed expense total. Alright, so now for paycheck number two, the total is $45.79. Hold up. I forgot to hit the right key there. Let me do this again. Alright, my third paycheck, fixed expense $86, and my fourth one is $85.72. Alright, and that comes up to be $409.87. And remember during this month, I said most likely our product will be over budget, so we're gonna see how everything goes. Alright, so let's get to my variable expenses. $92.52 for the first paycheck. The second one is $15. And the third one is nothing there. And then my fourth one is $21.27. And that totals up to be $228.79. And so for my debt repayment, when I did my original budget for the month of October, I didn't budget for that, so I already added that in there. Okay, so now let's get into my savings, how much I save per week, and we're gonna total that up. Alright, so I saved $50. Then I saved $100 and $28. And then my last paycheck, I didn't save anything. So all together, for the month of October, I was able to save $178. So now let's go ahead and deduct all of those categories from my income. Let's see what my remaining balance is. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so I have a negative balance of $74.93. So I am over my budget. And I didn't, see, like I said, when I did my budget, I did not do the debt repayment. Then there was another electricity bill that did come in that I didn't budget for at the time. So I knew I would be over my budget. I just didn't know how much it would be. Let me make a notation of this amount at the bottom. And so what I need to do when I do my November budget, I need to deduct this amount here. which is $74.93. So let me know in the comments, how did you do with your October budget? Alright, so I think that's it. That will close out the month of October. Like I said, I did start this $50 repayment this month, and when I originally did my budget, I didn't take that into consideration. But I'm going to definitely make sure that I do that for my November monthly budget. So I really miss everyone, and I need to get back on track. I have been MIA. I'm just making sure that I have this jotted down, and I need to remember to take that from my budget, but hopefully all is well with you and yours. I need to play catch up on things, guys. I've just been exhausted. I had my grandbaby, but I did end up doing this monthly. I did the monthly layout here a few weeks ago. And if you follow me on Instagram, I shared it, and I want to jot down my no spend for this month, and I decided to add this here, the tracking. I have never done a tracking of no spend before, so this will be actually my first time attempting to do a no spend tracking. And I did pretty good in the month of October with my spending. And I said, let me try this. I'm going to try it. And as I go, I'm just going to use my dot markers to mark each circle for each week. Okay? So that's that. And I have all my bills here listed here. And I have my income here for the month of November that I calculated. And then inside, I just have my bills and the due dates there. And it's just some stuff I found in my stickers stash when I was going through all my planner things. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to November. So I went ahead and wrote down the amounts for November. And I did print off my spreadsheet, but guys, I ended up printing it on vellum. And I'm not sure if you can see it good here. I was making some saving challenges and forgot to take the vellum out. So I ended up printing it there. So you probably can't see the printout too good. And I did make some different changes to my spreadsheet. But anyway, my income for the month of November is projected to be $667.41. My fixed expenses, $420.66. And here I have all my fixed expenses bills there. And then I have 2 electricity bills. I am including that extra one there to cover that I didn't do last month. And for my variable expenses, I have $126.06 there, which include cloth and paper, and I did come with a percentage with my tithes. And then, of course, I've added my debt repayment of $50. And for savings, I'm projecting $70 for the month of November. So hopefully I can meet my income goal for the month of November. Hopefully I do have increased sales so I can actually earn even more for the month of November. Okay, so that is my November monthly budget. And I think I covered everything here. But my monthly goals is to increase my income, invest the money that I already saved, and apply for opportunities like I've been doing consistently. I have been on track doing that. Alright, so we're going to get to my first paycheck budget for the month of November. Okay, so for my mortgage is $300. I earn $300 of mortgage income every month, so that's guaranteed income there. That's some revenues that I've earned from selling a home, and I split between family members, and my portion is $300. So that's guaranteed here. And for my paycheck budget, what I'm adding for my website and Etsy, I actually earn And so my website, I earned $8.50. Thank you so much for the shoe charm sales. And then Etsy, I earned $85.43, which includes saving challenges as well as shoe charm sales. If you purchase from me, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. So my paycheck budget income is $393.93. Okay. And I will have my shop information in the description if you want to support my shop. It's currently on sale. Alright, my fixed expenses, electricity bill $187.17, Moetta $5 and Prime $6.99. And all three of those come up to be $199.16. Okay. Now let's get to my variable expenses. My cloth and paper subscription $59.32, and my tithe $16.69. And that comes up to be $76.01. Okay, so now let me go ahead and write the amounts down here for my income. And then I need to add up my variable and my fixed expenses together. And that comes up to be $275.17. Okay. And now let's see how much I will have available to save for this paycheck. So $118.76 is how much I will have available to save, but hold up. I need to, well, no, I'm not. I'm not going to have $118 to save because I was over budget for October. I need to take that negative balance that I have from October and add it to here to cover my overages. Alright, so that's $74.93 that I'm going to add here. Let's see, should I add it? Where should I add it to? I think I'm going to do it, add it to the debt repayment section and just make a notation of what I'm doing here. So let me black out these where I make marks here. So I have put a line through debt repayment because I wasn't doing a debt repayment here. But this is where I'm going to place that $74.93 to cover where I'm over from. And so with me, guys, I know some people when they do their cash stuffing, they cash stuff their bills. I don't do bills. The only cash stuffing that I do is what I save. And that's the only money that I take out the bank. Okay? So I made the notation there, the $74.93. And let me place a letter here, A, and let me go back and place where my negative balance to make a notation as a reference point. And I might have to end up making another note later, so in a different color maybe. So I would know exactly what that's for. So let me add the $74.93 here, and I'm going to deduct that with the variable and fixed expenses from the income to see what my remaining balance would be after adding that there. And that leaves me with $43.83 left. So I'm going to save this week only $43. And that will leave me a remaining balance of 83 cents. Yeah. And I'm not sure which saving challenges I want to work on. Maybe Christmas? Not sure, guys. We'll see, because I didn't do any of my savings that I had planned for the last paycheck in the month of October. I was tired, wasn't feeling good, really wasn't feeling it. So we will see. But I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Have an awesome day, bestie. Toodles.